So we're filming in cinematic now, mate.
All right.
So it makes us look like film stars. Oh. Breathe in.
I am.
Right. What are we going to do today?
We're going to take the engine back out.
Taking the engine and gearbox back out because we are going to...
We're not.
We're not, yeah. But we are going to be welding the brackets all back in that you saw us do last week. So we're going to be welding the brackets in and putting a little bit of paint on just so they don't rust.
So they don't rust up.
But we will be getting the subframe fully coated, fully powder coated. So that's going to be done. We're taking it out just to do that. And while we're doing that, we've got a chap called Carl who does ice blasting. We've seen it being done, but we've not experienced it, as it were. And us being up in the north, we're
used to it cold.
We're used to it cold, but I don't think there's that many people that are doing it up here. So Carl, I contacted Carl last week. He's going to come over and he's going to ice blast the engine and gearbox for us. I think we're going to smuggle the 1.8 turbo engine in as well. We might,
if he don't notice, we're going to sneak it in.
Yeah, and might feed him a bar of chocolate, and that might help him.
Well, if it's going to be your chocolate.
Yeah, not your chocolate. No chance of that. So we're going to do that. We're also going to look at the drive shafts as well, because we need to start mocking them up a little bit, don't we?
Yeah, we can do that while up front end, can't we?
Yeah, so we need to mock them up because obviously we need to send them away to have the drive shafts made and strengthened. So we need to do the front end ones and then we'll do the back end ones next time. That'll do for now. Should we answer a couple of questions before we get into it?
Yeah.
Right. So a couple of questions from viewers. So if you are viewing, thank you very much for viewing. Please like and subscribe. I know we probably say it, but we do get a lot of views, but not that many we do get a lot of subscriptions. It is climbing.
It's climbing, yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's going to get to 10,000 soon, which would be really, really cool. The previous RS T5 that we did before, there is no build threads on it. This is the build thread. We did mention that in episode 1. There is no build threads on it, but I'm sure if you type in RS T5 on Google, there are loads of videos, loads of pictures of it flying up and down and doing silly things. So just have a look at that, just search in Google. So we ain't got any build threads because we never did a build thread. That's why we're doing this. Are we using a 4Motion van, the shuttle?
No.
Why?
Well, we have to change everything anyway. Rear diff, we've got to keep ratios same between engine and back end.
Completely different diff is the rear diff on the transporter, let's say, like Alex said. Different ratios, everything, different fittings, and they're quite a big heavy thing, aren't they, as well?
Yeah, 4Motion's a real weird thing, isn't it?
Yeah, so no, we're not using that. This is just a two-wheel drive standard shuttle. Great thing about the back of these on the hubs, if you notice we'll show you later, but on the hubs at the back, they are actually splined for a drive shaft.
Yeah.
So we don't have to do anything like that. Blah, blah, blah. Have we looked at an Audi LSE gearbox? Because they're front wheel drive. No, again, we're just sticking with the gearbox of the RS4. It works well with it. It's powerful enough. We know from the past it's very good. We're just going to have to get a beefier clutch because last time
slippage.
Yeah, last time I broke 2 clutches, so quite quickly as well. And that's about it. Like I say, thanks for your comments. 2 idiots up, I like this comment. 2 idiots from up north building a mental van in a garage is what I want to see. Can't not wait for the next episode, next week, lads. So thank you to NELG 1973. So you'll probably notice as well, very, very quickly before we take this engine out, that we could have laser printed the engine mounts, the gearbox mount, made them out of cardboards, CAD'd them and all sorts. We're not into CAD. Cardboard aided design is about as far as away. Yeah. We're doing it old school. We're doing it so that if you want to have a go at this or want to have a go at a project to put in an engine in, these are the steps you would do. That's why you saw me welding and bashing a bit of metal last week and welding as I went. rather than getting a metal roller. We don't have that in the shop. We're not going to buy stuff like that.
We only have a little garage, don't we?
Yeah, we only have a little unit, and that's it. So that's it, yes. And also somebody said that they think, is the van going to be easier to do than the Merc?
I think it will be.
Should be, because we've done this before,
we've done one before, haven't we?
We have done one before, but like I say, the one that we had before, fantastic. We never had really many issues, did we, with it? But we want to improve on it, want to make this one better. So fingers crossed. Oh, unprofessional. So that, I don't know who this is, but we'll, if like I say, like and subscribe, drop us a comment, say hello. Right, buddy, now that the engine and gearbox are out, it's huge, is that?
Thank you.
Now that the engine and gearbox are out, what we want to do is just explain to everybody how we're going to be making up the drive shafts for the engine and the diff at the back. So do you want to explain that?
Yeah.
I'll come around this side and it'll...
it's just easier to explain with it out, isn't it? So we've got the original, this isn't it, this is off the Audi, but we've got the original drive shaft, we're going to bolt onto there.
Yep.
And then we've got the part that goes through the hub.
Yep.
And what you've got to do, or what we did last time, we used the original two parts, and we've got the engine sat, well, we've got the engine sat in, and then we cycled.
Sorry, how do you mean two parts?
Well, we've got the inner side of the Audi.
Yep.
The outer side is off the Volkswagen.
Yes, because that's going through the VW hub, so we need to keep VW that side,
yeah,
and obviously Audi that side.
Audi that side.
Yeah.
And then we sort of cut it to a rough measurement.
Yep.
And then we had to cycle suspension up and down so it didn't bind.
Yep.
So whenever we did it, we'd still got a little bit of play on both ends, basically, like that. And we've got to take the spring off.
Yep.
Lift the wheel right up, lower the wheel right down, and just make sure we've still got enough play, basically, so it doesn't bind up.
Yep.
But it's just easier to explain it off than on, because obviously we're working either sides of suspension.
So we're going to cut the, like I say, just so I can recap. So we're going to put the Audi CV on that side.
Audi CV on that side with a little bit of shaft.
Yep.
Transporter piece is this side, the outer side, little bit of shaft.
And then we'll put a piece of tube in between it that we can tack.
So we can tack it on, so we can make it longer, shorter. We'll get us lengths how we want it.
Yep.
Just tack it up, and then we'll strip it all down. So we've basically just got a shaft with splines on.
Yep.
And we can send them away to be made, and we've got the length that we need.
Yep.
We'll just do that with all four corners, basically.
Yeah, and they need to be strengthened as well, don't they?
Yeah, they're hardened anyway, hardened shafts.
Cool, all right, that should make sense. It does to me, so if it makes sense to me, hopefully the viewer does.
It should make sense to somebody else.
Anybody. With the engine and gearbox removed, it allowed us to look at the engine mounts and the gearbox mounts and actually put some really good welds on this time, get all the way around them. Alex also wanted to put another strengthening plate into the gearbox mount to give it a lot more support. And while we're at it, I looked at the front subframe and I wasn't happy with how it sits. You can probably just see there that it's flat either side on the edges, but in the centre it raises up. And with it being so close to the engine, what I wanted to do was actually cut a section out and make it completely flat. This would give us a little bit more room then with the engine. Just push the van outside because what we're going to do now is Carl, who you can see wandering out there from Eco Dry Ice Blasting. He's going to actually dry ice blast the engine and gearbox for us. Now, we've never had this done. Seen it done obviously on YouTube and the internet. A lot of people obviously do it. So this is the first time we've actually used it. Like I say, I'll put Carl's details down in the description, his phone number and everything. And we're going to come back. I'm going to keep watching him do this. So I'm going to let Carl get on with it anyway. But let's say what you've got is compressor at the back of his van. You can probably just hear it going. You've got the dry ice machine, which is going to load ice into. There you go, and there's a little grinder at the bottom that chops all the ice down. That throws it down this tube here, and it gets fed into this gun. And then the magic happens, as they say. So I can't wait to see this. Like I say, look, if you look at the state of the engine now, so what we'll do is we'll follow Carl around as he's doing it, and hopefully come back to it when it's nice and clean. Great thing about this is it's a little bit noisy, but it doesn't make any mess. So we'll see how it goes. I cannot believe how good this has come up, can you?
No, it's come up nice and shiny, hasn't it?
Biggest surprise, apart from getting covered, he let me have a go. It was quite cool. So I did, this is the gearbox from the Audi, from the 20 valve turbo. So we did that as well, because that needs to be painted. So we did that, brought it up brilliantly. But this thing, really, really well. It's got all furring off at aluminium. Just got it all nice and clean.
Oh, it's not standing out right because it's sun.
So, and I say,
that's better.
Yeah, if you get it there, you can see it. If you stand back over that side, you can see it really well. It's really cool. Made a really, really nice job of it.
And no mess.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest surprise for me.
Yeah.
I've seen it being done, and you see it on YouTube videos, and sometimes you can never ever tell correctly, can you?
No.
But well, I'm going to say no mess.
We've not tidied up, have we?
Yeah.
Nothing on the floor.
There's no on the floor. There's no. All it was. It's very noisy.
Yeah.
The compressor itself is quiet, but it's when it comes out of the gun, when it's firing out of the gun, that's the noisy part. But it's brought it up brilliantly, and like I say, it would just, if you pointed at the ground, you would see obviously the dust going about, but no. And I think the biggest dirty part is, like say, if you've got oil or whatever on it, like this had, when you're spraying it, it sprays back.
Fires it back off at you, don't it?
Yeah. So we've got a new, also as well, we've ordered a new engine mount, so that's put on. We've done, we'll show you that in a minute. Should we just show you the, shall I see if I can push it back by myself? Oh, hang on.
Don't you throw your back out. Oh, There's a gate in way.
Ah, there's a gate in way. Yeah. We'll show him that in a minute. Yeah. But what we've done is we've cut the cross member. We filmed that, cut the cross member, put a new plate into it, same thickness, welded that in, and that brought the cross member down a little bit.
It was just up and down where the engine mounting.
Yeah, where the engine mounting was for the transporter at the front.
It lifts up 5 or 10 mil, doesn't it?
Yeah, so we've took that and made it all level and then painted it, so that's nice. We're going to put this back in with the new engine mounts on, but we have discovered we're going to strip it anyway, but we have discovered that, is it two middle cylinders on the passenger side?
Yeah.
So
a little bit of oil.
I don't think that should be there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I stick my finger in the end one, that has as well. It's not as bad, but yeah, there's oil in the cylinders on this side. This side, I'll stick my finger in the hole on this side as well. See what it's like this side. Fine.
Yeah.
Clean, carboned up a little bit, obviously. One. Fine. Carbon. Fine. Oil in them cylinders on that side.
Yeah, just on that side, isn't it?
So we need to take the cylinder head off, take them both off anyway, since the engine's out. Take the covers off the back, timing chains off the back, take the heads off and get them inspected. Make sure the engine's good. We don't want to put it all back together. Put some hunking big turbos on and then it throws out and coughs out a lot of smoke. We knew it was smoking a tiny bit, didn't we, on start up?
Yeah.
So it could be the valves to oil seals, could be leaking down.
We didn't run it long, did we?
No, we didn't. So we'll have a look at it, but for now we'll just put it back in because we need to start mocking stuff up. We need to do them drive shafts, don't we? Just make sure they work right.
Reinstate as cross member and make sure we get us flooring. We're need to put that cross member back in.
Oh yes, we need to put that cross member back in. Yeah, right.
Floor.
Yeah, well we'll put that in. We'll put this back in now, and then we'll just come back and we'll show you the cross member at the front on the subframe. We'll see how much difference it has made. We'll do that. But yeah, very pleased. Really, really. If you want any, I think Carl says he covers sort of the north, really, don't they?
Yeah, he said he'd do quite a bit of area, didn't he?
Yeah, Cheshire, Yorkshire. He lives in Cheshire, so really, really nice guy, knows his stuff, really reasonable. I'll leave a link in the description for him. But like I say, he's got his own unit, so you can text stuff to him, but he came out, like I say, he comes out and he does it as well. Phenomenal. Yeah. You see it on the TV and you don't think it's as good as it is, but it is. Yeah, it is really good.
It came up good, didn't it?
Yeah. So if anybody wants to buy me one for Christmas, I love you long time. Right, come on, let's just throw this in. So I thought we'd put this on just to see. Ooh. Here we go. Just to see what space we've got for our radiators. But we have more space underneath the engine.
Yeah, we forgot to show that before front end.
Yeah, well I'll show you that. Ooh. So because we made, I don't know if you can just about see it. Yeah, because can we get it that way? Yep. So because we've cut that part in and redone that, it's all level now, and if I get it there, let's see how much space we've got now. There you go. Got loads of space.
Lifted up at this end, didn't it?
Yeah.
It rolls up a little bit.
Get my fingers underneath, no problem. where before we were using the Nadger's Cocker scale.
Oh yeah. It was close.
It was close, but now we look. Yeah, we've got space underneath there now, between the sump and the subframe. So that's that taken care of. Right, engine and gearbox, nice and clean. Because of Carl, who did our ice blasting.
Yeah.
Did a really good job. It's cleaner than us.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, core support for the radiators is on, and the crash beam. We cut the subframe to lower it down a little bit, make it nice and level. Yeah. You've welded all the engine mounts, gearbox, and strengthened up the gearbox mount as well, didn't you? Yeah. So we've just been basically mocking up everything now, ready for radiators, intercoolers. I think we'll call it a day on that at the moment. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see you next time for don't know what yet. So we're winging it. Right. So it's a goodbye from me.
Bye from me.